Well, hello, beautiful beloveds. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. How you vibing? How are you vibing? How are you orbiting reality at the moment? I trust that y'all are vibing high. I trust that you guys are making your way, through these topics and through this information. You're having grace with yourself, yet you're taking it serious, y'all. We are like more than halfway through, y'all. We are more than halfway through. I'm so excited. Welcome, 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 y'all, to the end of July. Okay, as we go off into the month of August, y'all, welcome, welcome. I just really trust that you guys are flourishing, that your blessings are trickling in, that things are changing for you in positive, wonderful ways. Okay, cheers to, just this beautiful quarter that we're having. We're about to enter off into this fourth quarter here. Okay, and it's going to be a fun time. I definitely feel like we're going to be reaping some good harvest coming on. All right, because we've been doing the work. Even if we've been halfway doing the work, we've been doing something. So congratulations, y'all. All right. I just wanted to come back on and share with you guys this week. It's going to be a short topic. Okay. This topic is going to be covering the 4 challenging periods that we all go through. All right, and we get this information from our birth date. Okay, and so make sure you have your pen and your piece of paper. Go ahead and write down your birth date, the month, the date, and the year. Okay, and that will get us a good head start. All right, this video is not going to be too long. This is really easy information to digest. But as we were working through that karmic energy on that last video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you did that homework and found out if you had any karmic numbers in your blueprint, in those core values, those core numbers. And if you did, I hope that we've been working through and at least acknowledging what that karma is. I also hope you guys had a chance to, go check out your natal chart to see if there was an R there. Okay, because that was another karmic energy that was coming up, right, in the natal chart. And so I hope y'all had an opportunity to do all that. I think, I didn't put the homework in the video. I think I put it in the description. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys were able to see that homework in that description part, okay, of that last video. And I hope you have been actively, working through this energy. And so since, we were working through that karmic energy and identifying that if there is any karmic energy there, I thought it would be a great time to just peep into the 4 challenging periods in our life that can also be deprived, again, from numerology using our birth date. Okay. We will all go through 4 challenging periods in our life. Okay. And so the first challenging period, okay, usually come from birth until about 30 to 35 years old. All right, that's when that first challenging period usually just shows up in our life, from the ages of birth until about 30 to 35 years old. That second challenge, you guys, usually shows up in our life from about 30s to 50s. That's when that second challenge usually starts to rear its little head, between our 30s and our 50s. And most of us, we're in the midst of that second challenge, right? Our 30s and our 50s. Then we go into the third challenge, and that third challenging period usually shows up throughout our life. It's just throughout our life. All right, whatever that third challenge is, that comes in and out throughout our life. There's no particular period. It just in and out, in and out, in and out. All right, so we'll see what that third challenge number is. All right. The fourth challenge is the final challenge that we usually go through. And this usually starts to come in, after the age of 60. Again, it's like the last little challenge, okay, that we got, right? And so that's the breakdown of the 4 challenging periods. The first challenging period, kind of comes in between birth to 30 to 35 years old. The second challenge is between 30s and 50s. That third challenge number is kind of like throughout life. It's kind of sporadically in there from beginning to end. And then that fourth challenge is like our final challenge, and it usually comes in after the age of 60. And so that's the 4 challenging stages, okay? So to calculate the first challenge, right? To calculate the very first challenge, y'all, that comes up between the time we're born to about 30, 35, we are taking our birth date. Again, remember I said to write down your birth date, your month, your date, and your year. Okay, so we're taking our birth date, and this is an example that I'm going to use. This is my birthday, February 14th, 1984. So to calculate that first challenge, you guys, we're going to subtract our month from our day. So I'm going to subtract 2 subtract 14. Okay? 2 subtract 14. Now, 2 subtract 14 is 12. Okay, 2 subtract 14 is 12. Now I have to break down this right here, right? We got to get it all down to a single digit. So I put 1 plus 2 is 3. So the first challenge in my life will be a 3. So circle that number. All right, and all I did was take my month and subtract that by the day. 2 subtract 14 or 14 subtract 2. It's, you know, vice versa. All right. So, of course, 6 can't subtract 14 or 2 can't subtract 14. So you got to do, you know, 14 subtract 2. And that's what I did. OK, that came to a 12. I had to break that 12 down. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So my first challenge is a 3. Now, how do we get that second challenge number? All right. The second challenge usually occurs between the ages of 30 and 50. That's when that usually comes about. How we calculate that second challenge, we got to subtract the day from the year, okay? Or vice versa, the day from the year. So again, the day is, I was born on the 14th, and I got to subtract the 14th from the year, okay? The easiest way to do this for me, see, my birthday is 14, so I got to break this down, right? I have to break this down into a single digit. 1 plus 4 is 5, okay? And then I'm also breaking down my year. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 4 is a 22. 22 plus 22 plus 2 equals 4, right? And so, yes. All right. So I took my birthday. I got my birthday all the way down to a single digit. I took my year. I got it all the way down to a single digit. All right. So we got a 5 here. And we got a 4 here. And then you have to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 5, subtract 4 is 1. So my second challenge in life from my 30s to 50s is a 1 frequency. Okay. It's 1. Okay. How you subtract that third challenge, you guys, the third challenge that usually shows up throughout life, you subtract number 1 and number 2. So you subtract the first and second challenge. So I will take the results of my first challenge and subtract it by the second challenge, or vice versa. So 3 subtract 1 is 2. That is my third challenge. 3 subtract 1 is 2. Subtract the first from the second challenge, or vice versa. That's how you get through your third challenge. Okay, now to calculate the fourth challenge, okay? To calculate the fourth challenge, you guys, this fourth challenge usually appears, you know, later in life. It's usually the final challenge after the age of 60, right? To calculate that fourth challenge, let me see if we can put it in view. And sorry for my handwriting. We are going to subtract the month of birth from the year of birth. Now, if y'all can recall, I was born in February. The month is 2, subtract 4, because my year of birth is 1984. That was a 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, we got to break it all the way down to a single digit. So 2 subtract 4 is 2. So my fourth challenge will be a 2. Okay, and that's how you calculate the 4 challenges. All right, I hope that made sense, y'all. If not, you're more than welcome to rewind back, ask me questions, so forth on. Now, I want to go ahead and get through this because my battery is going dead, y'all. My goodness. Okay, so now if You know, if you come up with a zero in any with any challenge, with any other calculations, that just means that you don't have any particular problems with that time in your life. Okay, so good for you. All right, if you're coming up with zeros, that means you're good for that whole period of your life. Okay, there's no major challenge. Okay, now if you come up with a number one, right, if you come up with a number one in any one of your stages in life, okay, that means that you need to actively stand for what you believe in. Okay, if you see a one, your challenging problem is you needing to actively stand up for what you believe in. Okay, you will have to develop trust with your intuition and create a unique approach to life. Your truth is no one else's truth. So you having to develop those leadership skills, you needing to take life by the horns and be action oriented, rely on yourself, rely on your own truth, not being afraid to be independent and go down that path of, that untraveled path. Okay. You really needed to stand up for yourself and speak your truth and what you believe in and standing firm on that. That is a challenge. That will be the challenge for you if it's coming up in any, form of your life. Okay. If you have a two that comes up during any one of these challenging periods, that means that you will have to control your emotions during this challenging phase in your life and not allow your emotional issues and oversensitivity get in the way of you accomplishing your dreams. Okay, so that's what that means as you are going through these periods of your life and a two shows up. Don't allow your emotions and your oversensitivity get in the way with you accomplishing your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams. Okay, so emotionally keep yourself in check. All right. If a three comes up in any of, these challenging periods in your life, this means that you need to focus on developing your creativity and your individuality. Right? You need to focus on developing who you are at your authentic core and your individuality, and being prideful, having pride and confidence in who you are, your creative expression, what you bring to the table. All right? You being confident, you being prideful in that. Okay? And again, you focusing on developing your creativity during these challenging periods in your life. Okay. If you get a four, okay, as a challenging problem, okay, this means that you need to become more practical and more organized. Okay, that's why that four is really showing up for you. You need to become more practical. You need to become more organized. You need to become more balanced, right? You need to make sure that you are handling everything in moderation. You're putting a lot of energy and effort into, areas in your life that's shifting and changing, or wherever these problems are coming up. It's like it's requiring you to be more focused. It's requiring more of your effort, your attention. It's requiring you to be more practical, more organized, okay, more steadfast, more determined if a four is coming up as a challenging period in your life. Okay. If a five is showing up during a challenging period in your life, this means that you need to learn about self-discipline. Okay, if a five is coming up, you have to be more careful with different kinds of addictions that can waste your health, time, and money. Okay, do not mix freedom with the lack of self-control, right? Sometimes if that five comes up during a challenging period in your life, it's like you are trying to mix freedom with lack of self-control. So you can have freedom, but be controlled as well. Okay, so make sure that you are working on your discipline, your due diligence, being structured, being routine, being focused. Okay, being careful not to indulge in different substances and getting addicted to different things that will be a waste of your time, energy, and effort. Okay. Yeah, make sure do not mix freedom with the lack of self-control during this challenging period if that five is coming up. Okay, because that means that you have a sense of losing control during these challenging periods or during this period. Okay, so don't lose control and get off into addictions or substance abuse, or, running away from responsibilities and not being disciplined. Okay. If a 6 comes up, okay, during a challenging phase in your life, this means that you need to learn to become more of a realist and to be more content with what you already have. All right, so be satisfied. Stop and smell the roses, right? Implement, acts of gratitude throughout your day. Really start to be grateful for everything that you have, for all the people that's in your life, how far you've come, right? 6 means bring more love into your life, more balance, bring more appreciation into your life as well. Be more content, with your current reality and just being grateful, right? This doesn't mean to be any less ambitious or avoid living in the future. It just means to be present and to embrace the now and be grateful during that challenging stages in your life. Okay, be grateful, stay present, stay, embrace the now, embrace what you currently have, where you currently are, what you're currently doing. You can still be ambitious and futuristic, but stay present and grateful in the moment as well, and appreciate all the people and all the things that you currently have around you during that challenging stage. Okay, if you see a 6. If you see a 7 that shows up during a challenging period, this means you have to learn to have more faith. And you have to cling to ideas of your youth and treat your inner child well. So a lot of inner child work, if a 7 is coming up, a lot of spirituality work, a lot of self-reflection, introspection, okay? A lot of meditation will work as well, all right? So again, you have to learn to have faith, and you have to learn to cling to those ideas of your youth and let your inner child play and have fun with your inner child. That's how you can work through that challenging stage if you come up with a 7, okay? So really relying on your faith, okay? And that may be a challenge for you, but you really have to during that 7, when that comes up as a challenge. Going off into if an 8 shows up during a challenging period in your life, this means that your concentration on material and money hinders your spiritual side. Okay, you're too focused on the physical. You're too focused on, what you look like, the material. You're too focused on the gain instead of any kind of spiritual work, spiritual development. You're not focusing enough time, energy on your self-development, on your spirituality. You're not giving enough time to the spirit if the 8 is coming up during this challenging phase. And so again, you need to bring balance. You need to retreat back into the spirit, retreat back into meditation, prayer, states of gratitude, stepping away from the physical material world, okay? And just having more spirituality, more faith, being more so grounded in your faith if that 8 is coming up. It's like you're too in the physical, you're too focused on money, the gain, the possession, okay, the value of things versus the spiritual aspect of you and what it is that you're doing and how you are affecting people on an internal level. So bringing all that into check when you are, coming up with this 8 energy. You see a 9 that comes up as a challenge, which hardly ever happens, right? But if you do see that, then that means that, you have to learn to let things go. You have to learn to clear out cycles, okay? That 9 represents that you're hanging on to an old idea, an old belief, a old possession, okay? You're hanging on to an old reality that no longer serves you, okay? You have to be okay with letting up, letting go, and let God, and allowing that thing to die away so that you can be more so receptive to a new beginning, a sense of renewal, okay? And so, whenever that 9 shows up and you're going through a challenging stage, it's like you're resisting change. You're resisting the ending of something, okay? And so you're resisting a renewal. You're resisting a brand new beginning, okay? You're resisting alignment. And so that will bring you a lot more struggle than if you just let go and let God and realize, okay, I'm going through this shift. I'm going through this ending. I'm going through these changes. I love this. This is valuable to me. It means so much. Oh my God. But it's time for me to let this go clearly. Let me just let this shit go. And then you will be able to go through that stage in your life a lot more better. But that's the stage where you're going to be getting rid of a lot of things that you may love or value, okay? And so it could be, some semi of a painful stage, right? But when you let things go and you be like, fuck it, I'm done with it, then you're golden. You are so golden, all right? And so those are the 4 challenging periods of our life that we all go through. That's how we calculate the 4 challenging periods of our life, okay? Remember, when you go through that 3rd challenging period, whatever that 3rd challenging period number is, that's something that kind of occurs throughout your life from start to finish. It's a lesson. It's like a karmic lesson that you have to kind of work through and deal with, okay? And check your energy with throughout your life when it shows up. But being aware of these challenges, when they'll show up, how they'll show up, really puts you at an advantage, okay, of how you choose to pivot, manipulate energy, set up your plans, your ideas, how you are dealing and working with things, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that one of my challenges, let me see here. One of my challenges, because I'm, probably in my 2nd challenge, right? That 30s to 50s. And so one of my core challenge is, what is that, a 1? Okay. And so I know that as a 1, okay, that's showing up, this means that, I need to actively stand up for what I believe in. From the time that I'm 30 to I'm 50, I really need to stand up for what I believe in. I need to speak my truth. I need to be in alignment with my truth and my heart's desire. You know what I'm saying? I need to really tune into and trust my intuition, okay, and be okay with taking a more unique approach to life. All right. And knowing that my truth is not everyone else's truth. Okay. That's also a challenge that I may deal with from the 30s to 50s, having that 1 energy during this period of my life. Okay. Knowing that allows me to move better, right? It allows me to plan, to strategize better. It allows me to manifest better. It allows me to pull myself into alignment with my highest good way better. Okay. And so I trust that you guys got some kind of, positive information from this. I trust that you, use this information, okay, to your good, okay, to help you on your journey. All right. As we go through these cycles in life. Now, your homework for this, you guys, is to, take a look. Go ahead and do these calculations, right? Write down your birth date, find out your 1st challenging number, your 2nd challenging number, that 3rd challenging number, that 4th challenging number, write those numbers down. And, more than likely you guys are in that 2nd challenge, right? Take a look at that number, right? Where are you at with that? Right? What kind of, are you experiencing this challenge currently? If so, I encourage you to journal about the current challenges that you've been experiencing, okay, on this frequency. All right. And now that you know this information, how can you use this information to transform what you've been dealing with? Okay. Write that down in your manifestation journal. Right? What challenge you're currently on? What stage of life are you currently on? Can you identify with that challenging number that you came up with? Can you identify what is that number? Is it a 1, 2, 3, 4? How has this challenge been coming up in your life so far? And knowing what you know now, how do you plan on using this information that we talked about today to transform this period of your life? Okay? Because the ball is in your court, y'all. All right. So blessings to you all. Blessings to you all. All right. Cheers to, closing out the month of July. All right. This is delicious. I love it. Cheers to coming off into the month of August. Our next video, we're going to get off into the chakras. Yes, we're going to start with the root chakra. Now that we've gone through these karmic energies, we've gone through these challenging periods, we kind of done situated with this energy. A lot of things been made aware to us, okay, over the last, 8 topics. We may need to clear some things out. And so we're going to be clearing out our chakras, decalcifying them, activating them, doing different things. And so we're going to be focusing on each chakra as we close out the series and close out the year. We'll also implement maybe some creative projects towards the end, or just some light discussion topics towards the end. Okay. So thank you for being here up until this point. I love you. I love you. I love you. Stay tuned for your August readings. If you guys haven't got those yet, they should definitely be out. So make sure y'all check your August readings, okay? Thank y'all so much. I love you. I love you. I love you, y'all. And until next time, bye.